is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter. I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. And I'm packing up my orders tonight. It's Sunday the 11th, I think, of August. Yes, Sunday the 11th. And I'm going to pack up orders from Saturday and Sunday. And I'll share with you what sold, how much it sold for, how much I paid, and how much profit I made. And just chit chat along the way. Let's see, what did I sell? Can't even remember the first item. I go one by one in my email because otherwise I'll make a mistake. The first item is actually something I sold on Mercari. It was something I got for free from my nephew. It is a Culture Fly unisex size large Red Riot long sleeve shirt. Kirishima thumbhole tee. I don't think he ever wore this. And it seemed like new, but I, of course, didn't list it as new. It's something that he got in one of his subscription boxes. I had it listed for 10. Somebody sent me an offer of 9, which I accepted. Mercari has no fees, so I'm, happy to accept offers over there, as long as they're pretty fair. There it is. I actually had it listed for 11, and they offered me 9, still fine. And it's a long sleeve, so long sleeve fall things are selling. It's coming right around the corner. People are going back to school, that's for sure. So because it was free to me, there's no fees and no shipping costs, and they offered me $9, that's how much I made. $9. I will print out the label and send it in a poly mailer, a 10 by 13 poly mailer, which it's just plastic. I don't even need to weigh it because I'd already weighed it beforehand. All right, this shirt's going to Ohio. It only took 10 minutes. It feels like an hour. I don't even think it was 10 minutes, but it felt like a long time. We'll cut out all the me staring angrily at my computer. No one wants to see that. All right. First one is down. Next is an eBay sale. It's another free item. Y'all have been listing some free stuff. So that shirt, I probably listed it 8 months ago. And it's just selling now. I listed a whole bunch of those shirts of my nephews, and they're slowly selling. This one is a sweatshirt that I got from my niece who went to the University of North Texas, and I listed it pretty cheap, and I got an offer for even cheaper, but I took it anyway because I'm trying to get the sales, and it was free merchandise. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is going just up the road to Decatur, Texas. That kind of exhausted me, y'all. I was a little exhausted to begin with, and that really just about did it. Did another sale come through? Looks like I might have. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, this sweatshirt, I had it listed for 15 and someone sent me an offer for 10. Because it had some pilling, I went ahead and took that. And that's the only reason I had listed it so cheap too. But it sold in 9 days. And it sold on eBay. I need to get a poly mailer out for it. This is, I think, a 13 by 15, something like that. It'll be a little bit longer than it needs to be. And that's okay. £1, 6 ounces. Shipping is $5.95. Cost of goods was $0. They paid total $18.95. Marketplace fees $2.74. Let me try to talk over the AC. My profit was $10.26. Next, a Poshmark sale. We went through each of them except for Depop. It's a constantly varied gear. It's a strange name of a brand, right? Size large, workout shorts, CVG, that just stands for constantly varied gear. Lining, short, slip resistant band. These are shorts that have a lining. So they're good for lifting weights or just working out at the gym and you're going to bend over and your butt's not going to hang out. That's what it's good for. Since it's going Poshmark, I can send it, yay me for remembering, through a USPS priority mail envelope that I got for free from the post office. And just slip it right in there and then print the label. I think we went back and forth on some offers on this one. This is going to Minnesota. I have been sending a lot of things to Minnesota lately. Seems like every night. Minnesota. Ooh. This sold in 1 month. And yeah, we had been going back and forth. I had it listed at 25. We finally landed on 19. My cost of goods was $5.40. Marketplace fees were $3.80. And my profit was $9.80. I would pick up this brand again for sure. I don't think I'd want to pay more than I did if people are only going to pay $19. Yeah, Minnesota. And I think the rest might be eBay sales. eBay and one Mercari. So this next one is a pair of Rocky Mountain jeans. They are very starched and stiff. They're Western jeans. They are vintage Rocky Mountain size 31/11 jeans. Rockies, made in USA, Western high waist vintage. I put in my listings of these to be aware that vintage jeans are sized differently with these Rockies. Unless you're willing for them to be skin tight like we wore them in the 80s and 90s, you are going to want to size up because they are high waist and we wore them to suck it in. And with them being starched, they'd be pretty stiff. This weighs 1 pound, 13 ounces. Shipping is $8.57. This is going to Oregon. Rocky Mountain jeans, no surprise, are out of Colorado. Or they were. I don't know if the company's still around anymore. And they're worn by folks who aren't wearing Western wear these days, I think, because of the high waist. All right, that one's pretty much done. They paid $48.60. Cost of goods was $5.41. Marketplace fees $11.07. This was promoted on eBay, so my fees were a little bit higher. They sold in 1 month. I had them listed for 50, but a customer offered me 35. It's probably the lowest I'd want to take on those. I actually had these pictures for a long time, and I had the jeans even longer. It took me a while to finally get them listed because all I had to do was go and take pictures of the tags and know the size. I had forgotten to take pictures of the tags, and they were in a bin, and I just never bothered to go get them back out. Well, not never bothered, but I finally eventually bothered to do it, and they sold in a month. They typically sell pretty quickly. Be careful not to pick them up altered though. That's a harder sell. The next is an eBay sale of a home good. My only one. It's a Scentsy plug-in, and this is glass, so I want to wrap it carefully and put it in the appropriate box. Let me find that said box. Brought a box in here. Yeah, that's not going to be big enough. Okay, my knees are, it's the end of the day, my knees are bothering me, and I haven't taken any painkillers. Which is what I'm going to do after I get these shipped out, is go take some painkillers. I'm going to make some noise with the tape gun, so just a warning. This is a 10 by 8 by 6, but just way big enough, but I want to make sure I have enough padding around it. The warmers, the plugins, don't do as well as the big ones, probably unless it's like a specialty one, so I would just look them up. I didn't look it up when I was at this church sale. I tend to not look things up when I'm at anything other than a thrift store, and I'm not saying that's good, I'm just saying it's what I do. So you might consider it. I still made $5. It was an easy listing too. Next, eBay sale, Michael Starr's size small sweater, new wool blend, Sammy crew neck striped pullover. It's a new with tags sweater. I got this last year at a sweater sale, 99-cent sweater sale in Denver, where I was living. And they do it every year, a sweater sale for 99 cents. Got quite a bit. This one took a long time to sell. I still have, I think, at least a couple more. This sold for $32.70. That includes the cost of shipping. I paid $1.08. That's the cost, 99 cents plus tax. Marketplace fees were $4.62. This sold in 1.5 years. I had it listed for even higher, but I eventually lowered it to 30. Customer offered me 24. Which I accepted. Okay, poly mailer. Let's go into Maryland. It's 12 ounces. I'm paying $5.32 in shipping. My profit was $21.68. Best profit so far. That's good. Isn't it? I think it's the best profit so far. Maybe the Rockies. 3 more, I think. 3 more sales to go. I don't think I told you how many total sales, but I'll tell you all of that, plus the total I made over the 2 days in profit at the end. If you're enjoying this, if you're learning anything, or if you're just enjoying the sound of the printer, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see some more what sold videos and thrift videos. This is a pair of jeans, American Eagle size 20, 34W, 35W, that's 35 waist, short, that's the length, jeans, new Curvy Super High-Rise Flare Carpenter. These sold on Poshmark for $28, and that was a customer offer. I had bought several pairs in the size 18 new tag American Eagle, and this particular style took the longest to sell. I think they were all flare leg, but for some reason this one took the longest to sell. My marketplace fees were $5.60. My cost of goods was higher at $10.81. Shipping is $0. My profit is $11.59, and this is going to Pennsylvania. These took 6 months to sell. I originally had them listed for $34. I think I had started to come down in price. I almost stuck them straight on the spec. Luckily, I do want to put it in an actual shipping bag. This is Poshmark. I'm going to put it in padded flat rate. That's the one I like to use the best. It's my favorite. Though this might not be quite big enough for it. And I don't like that my hair is getting caught in it. Some hair that I've shedded. Okay. Next is a pair of shoes. I forgot to grab them. I do this every time. I forget at least one thing back in the room. So I'll go on to the other things. I also sold one more thing while I've been in here, so I'll go pull that as well. I'll stick my hair back. I haven't been able to stand it touching my face when the wind, not the wind necessarily, but the fan is blowing. I'm trying to get used to wearing my hair down. The next is a pair of UGG size 8 classic cardi boots, chunky sweater knit, gray, tall, convertible winter. These are UGG boots. You know, those tall, sweatery ones. They were my niece's, so I got them for free. They actually were something that she was with me when she got these at a thrift store. And then I ended up with them for free. So they were pretty worn, like on the inside, especially where you see the Sherpa. So I listed them pretty cheap. I believe I got an even cheaper offer and took that too. I listed them for $15. I do need to put them in a box or something first before I take that label off. Customer offered me $13 on Mercari. Since cost of goods and marketplace fees were $0, my profit was $13. I'm going to put these in. I could just put them in a poly mailer, to be honest. I think I could put them in this Amazon one. Reuse it. Amazon poly mailer that's meant to be reused anyway. So a lot of times the way they put the label on doesn't allow you to. They did this time, which is cool. This is actually going to be shipped UPS because it was cheaper. Anything over a pound is, but I think under 2 pounds, between a pound and 2 pounds, is cheaper to go out UPS. So we'll drop that off at UPS. Our UPS allows us to drop off the USPS as well, which is cool. Because then we'd only have to stop at one place. You can't do the reverse. You can't go to the US Post Office and drop off UPS stuff though. Just a warning there. At least our post office won't allow it. There's been there's been emails sent out about it too. All right, so I had only listed those on the 9th. So 2 days to sell, which is cool. Let me go grab the 2 sales, the one that I forgot to get off the floor, and the other ones that just sold. I'll be right back. This sale is an eBay sale of Donald Pliner size 8.5 Fiona leather buckle clogs, chestnut brown suede mules. I need a box for those as well. Some shoes. They were in really great shape. Donald Pliner is fairly expensive, but it doesn't sell too quickly for me, so that's just something to keep in mind. I would look up the styles on it for sure. All right, I'm gonna get the 12 by 6 by 6 box. Bought these from uline.com. 12 by 6 by 6 works for a lot of shoes. Warning tape noise. Fit a couple of Uline air pockets in there that I got from I saved from an order that they sent me. Other than boxes, I have purchased bins from them. I think that's all. £1, 15 ounces. Ooh. Going to California. $12 by 6 by 6. It's going to cost me $8.70 in shipping. These were listed for $39 and someone sent me an offer of $20. I had listed them back in April. I went ahead and accepted that. They were promoted, so fees were a bit higher. I am questioning whether I'll make anything on this sale. They paid $33.60 with the cost of shipping. My cost of goods was $14.06. Whew. Fees were $8.18. Shipping expenses $8.70. Let me hit that enter button and see what happens. I made $2.66. If I have something that's not selling quickly in my inventory, I'm okay with getting rid of it for a lower amount. Unless I think I will sell for more if I sit on it, and I just wasn't feeling confident about these. Let's see, April, May, June, July. It's almost 4 months, so yeah. I want to sell things within 90 days so that I can make room in my inventory boxes for better inventory. All right, 2 more sales because we have the new one. This one's a casual corner size 8 blazer, tweed wool blend chartreuse equestrian academia vintage. I liked it. I got this at the Dallas Bins, but you know it's a pea, color of a pea, canned peas. So it's going to take a certain person with a certain style. It's got the corduroy collar and the patches on the elbows. I think it's got elbow patches. Maybe not. I just thought it was really cute. Casual Corner no longer exists anymore. I used to shop for work clothing there back in the 90s. I'm sleepy. It's only 7:30. Looks like I didn't mark down what this sold for and everything yet. I had it listed for $20. I think somebody sent me an offer of $15 and I took that. Altogether, they paid $27.45. And it was promoted, so I paid higher in fees. I have to add those together. 5, 643. 643 were my fees. And let's do shipping. This is one of my slightly larger poly mailers. Some of the keywords I use: equestrian. I just thought this looked like a riding jacket. And academia, it's got that plaid tweed thing going for it. Looks like a librarian may wear it. It weighs 1 pound and 5 ounces, rounding up. My shipping is $8.70. Cost of goods was only 80 cents. That was my average cost of all items that I bought at the bins that day. My marketplace fees we already talked about. This is going to New York. And I can't see my profit. There it is, $11.52. Come on, print. Now the very last item is something that I got 3 of, and this is the last one to sell. They are Disney Goofy ears, hat, costume, all combined in one. Cute little, I think they call him punk or rock or something, I don't know. I think of it as like a pirate. A punk pirate. Punk rock pirate. Rebel, that's what he is. Goofy Rebel Mohawk bandana, hat, ears, new punk rocker Halloween, new with tag 1 size. And I did model one of the pictures. And I look ridiculous. But that was my intent, was to look ridiculous. So I think I was successful. What do y'all think? And it's sold on eBay. Goofy Rebel Mohawk. I'm going to put this in a padded poly mailer because it does have some metal parts and I don't want those to get bent. I think I can fit it in this one. What size is that? 10 by 12, basically. Let's go into San Antonio, Texas. It's 6 ounces, and I might have to pay more. I didn't have the dimensions in here. 10 by 12. $4.31. I think that's what the buyer paid too. All right. These were promoted. They paid $20.81 with the cost of shipping. Item listed for $14.96. $5.61 are my fees. And I made, just for that hat, $9.89. For the 3 total, I made $33.59. I paid $1 at a sidewalk sale at a thrift store. And yeah, that was a pretty good deal. Even with my modeling, they all sold. Sometimes goofy pictures, goofy pictures can sell. All right, let's see what I made overall for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to take a quick check of all the sales and make sure they've got their either the 10th or the 11th on them as my sold date. Looks like all good. And I'm going to go to Vendoo's Analytics. Vendoo, my publishing platform that I use. Pull up the 10th and 11th. Total revenue. Well, it's saying I have a sale with missing details. Let me go back and check. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I am. The Rockies. What am I missing? The shipping expenses. Okay. Guess I forgot to put that in there. If you're ever looking for your shipping expenses or your shipping labels, in the Seller Hub, if you go under orders, there is at the very bottom of the drop-down list, it's shipping labels, and you can get it there. And I paid $8.57. You can reprint your labels from there too. So my profit was $23.55. Okay, good. So I like that Vendoo gives you that warning. That is nice. It's like, hey, you're looking at your analytics, but it may not be accurate. So my total revenue was $270.71. My total profit was $128.37 over those 2 days. I sold 11 items. Over those 2 days, I listed 18 items. My goal this week is to list 8 items a day through the end of the next 2 weeks. And then the last week of August, it's 10 items a day. I'm doing a listing challenge. I'm all caught up, and except for I need to list a few more tonight. But otherwise, I've caught up from what I missed in the past few days. And I think it shows that I had some good weekend sales. Let me know how you guys are doing, and just keep listing.